with another session of Acro Chair. So I hope that you guys are all doing well, taking care of yourselves at home. As you may know, Bagor is going to be opening soon, and I will be teaching Acro Chair classes live on Saturdays at 10 a.m. So I hope that I see you ladies there, and I hope that you guys are practicing these moves at home. I would say that independent practice is the key steps to basically getting that solid foundation that you really need for Acro Chair, because it is a lot of balancing, it is a lot of shoulder strain, and it is a lot of back arching. But inevitably, all of these things will be really great practice for things such as your aerial silks, your pole, or your floor work. So I hope that you guys are taking that extra time to give yourself some self-love and really train your body. But if not, then I will definitely look forward to training your body when you come into my classes on Saturday. Start off with some squats. I'd like to do squats pretty slow just because I feel like it engages, those areas that are really, really tight at the beginning of a session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my feet shoulder width apart, and I'm going to come into that squat right here. And I can either sit on my chair, or I can bring it upwards. It's up to you and your preference. But from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand, and I'm just going to push on that right knee and looking up to the ceiling. And you can hold this for a set of 10 seconds before switching to the opposite side. Coming in, pushing with the left, and looking up. The important part about this stretch is that it really gets a nice spinal twist and really warms up the back for certain moves. So I really like starting off with that. And then from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring myself up onto my tippy toes, and I'm going to hold for about 15 seconds. You can either keep your hands on your knees if it's a little too much, or you can bring your hands up and balance, bring them in if you want to insert your inner yogi, right? And I bring it all the way up. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my left hand down. I'm going to keep my right hand up. I'm going to do some independent circles, starting off on the right hand side and bringing it back, and I bring it forward, back, and forward. I'm going to do a set of 10, right? And then from here, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my left, right comes down, same thing, bring it back, bring it forward. Set of 10 here. And then from here, bringing both the hands up, and I'm going to bring them back. Another set of 10. And really exaggerate, opening up the chest, taking deep breaths. And I'm going to bring it forward. So a set of 10 on each arm is pretty good. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left arm and bring it across the chest. You can do this for about 20 seconds or so, or to a nice song. And then from here, same thing, right hand comes across the chest, right? Then from here, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take some time to get some nice neck rolls. Doing about a set of 10, and switching. Good. Once I'm done with that, basically I'm just going to warm up the shoulders a little bit more, because we're going to do a lot of shoulder stands when it comes to Acro Chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll my shoulder back, roll my other shoulder back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and forward. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kind of take some time to listen to an upbeat song and just kind of roll it out. You know what I mean? Roll it back. And that'll be a really great way to warm up those shoulders. Now, another thing that's important part of chair is also your wrists, and we're also going to be going over an intermediate advanced towards the end. You're more than welcome to try it. If not, then I would suggest holding back a little bit and kind of taking some time to practice these things on the ground, like our shoulder stands, head stands, and whatnot, and I think that would work out too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my palms up, my palm down actually, and I'm going to pull back with my right hand. and I'm going to switch. Bring it back, and switch. Rolling out the wrists a couple times just to get that warmed up and ready to go. And that'll be it for our stretch, essentially. Now you can deepen that wrist stretch a little bit more by coming up to your chair. You can pull back like this if that's what you want, or you can come down to the floor and also stretch out your wrists. It's up to you. But other of those things will actually really help with acro chair. So we're actually going to start off our class by doing a small routine or flow, and we're going to start off on our knees. So once I'm here on my knees, there are a lot of variations. If you're coming up with a choreo, this is a really great start as opposed to sitting on your chair. You can walk to your chair, whatever the case may be. But I like to start off in this place because I want you to see how nice it is just to kind of bring your legs back and kind of go into your pigeon pose. If you're taking really cute photos, this just looks cute and you're not really even doing anything. How nice is that, you know? And you can do that on both hand sides. But what I'm going to do a little bit of a shoulder stand / core. I'm going to do a transitional move, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand and bring it to the top of the chair like so. My left hand is going to be balancing on the bottom of the chair, and I'm just going to bring my right leg over. All right. Once my right leg is over, right, I'm going to reposition my right hand, coming behind the leg. Once I'm here, I'm just going to weave my leg through, coming up into this little chair pose of some sort, and levitate, bring myself down. So that's a really fun transitional move. You want to do like a simple flip or transition into going back onto your butt. But we're going to start off like that. So basically I'm coming back up onto my knees, left hand down, right leg out, bring my right hand back, levitate, bring it down. Once I'm here, I'm going to bring both my legs together, and I'm going to take my left hand and bring it down to the chair, and bring both my legs up to the top of the chair like so. Okay? So I'm going to do this in 2 different perspectives. I'm going to let you guys see me from the back ends, and then I'm going to switch it to the side so you guys can see a little bit more. But basically what I want to keep in this position is I'm going to come down like so. You can either kind of milk this move or do whatever you want, but if you want to go straight to the trick, why it's so good to have pants is you can kind of slide up already, but I'm taking my left foot and I'm putting it onto the top of the chair, and I'm just bringing my body in close. So now I'm going to shoulder stand, right? At that point, I can start arching. I can bring my butt up to the top of the chair, and I'm here in this position. Okay? So bring myself back down. I'll show you guys on the other side. Right? So I'm here, I just slid my knees onto the top of the chair like so. I'm bringing it down, I'm taking my hands, I'm straddling the chair, my left foot is coming up to the top, and I'm bringing my body up into that shoulder stand, and you should get a nice arch. Right? So why I like this position so much is that you can really create the illusion that you're jogging in the air, nice and graceful. Okay? And this is also a really good transitional move too. So what I'm going to do from here is I'm bringing myself onto my shoulder stand, and I'm bringing my right leg onto the top of the chair, and my left leg is coming up. All right? Now, I can either keep my hands there, but it looks a little awkward, so I'm just going to bring it down, and I'm bringing it here. You can really just kind of play with your moves here. Right? Once I'm done in that position, I'm going to bring it all the way around until I'm down on the floor. All right, so that's a really fun little transitional move right there. So I'm here down on the floor, right? I'm bringing myself back up. All right, and just to kind of give you a variation, I'll do it on the other opposite side. So same thing, I'm bringing myself down here, bringing my legs up to the top of the chair. Then I'm here, left foot is gonna push up, bringing my body up into that shoulder stand, and bringing it here into this position. This is a little bit of a back arch. I'm gonna run in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is where I'm gonna start my transition. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm coming up into that shoulder stand, right? And I'm here. So I'm coming over to you. My left hand side is like super, super bad. But basically I'm coming up here. Okay, bicycle the feet out. Getting yourself out of that move. I'm bringing myself up, arching, bringing it down, feet down, onto the floor. So that's basically it for that transitional move. Now, building and conditioning upper arms. So this is a really fun one. This is a little bit more of an intermediate advanced move. This one is called the machina. All right, you're gonna feel a lot of pressure on your palms, for sure. All right, so my best bet to kind of get over that pain is simply going into your transitional move, just kind of going into your splits. Okay, once I'm here in this position, I can kind of test the water out by bringing my right forearm down to the chair. Now I'm bringing my body out because I really need to balance on the chair, so I'm resting everything about my weight onto that right hip. Now this is where you start shifting. Bringing your left leg on top of your forearm. Once your left leg is on top of your forearm, then you can start lifting, okay? That's one of the biggest things about getting used to this movement is resting all that weight onto your left hand. So that's why it's so important to stretch out your hands and your wrists before going into that move. So when I'm going into machina, right, I'm here, my right forearm is down here, I'm taking my left leg and bringing it up to my shoulder, and then I'm bringing up. So this is the move in itself. When I'm ready to get out, right leg down, left leg down, okay? Starting off with our transitional move, we're gonna do it again, all right? My right hand is gonna come down. Left hand is gonna stay on that chair, coming up into my splits. Once I'm here on my splits, right forearm down, left leg comes over to the forearm, and I'm just gonna push up. Right hand down, or right leg down, left leg down. And that's your machina. So you're definitely going to feel a lot more pressure here on that left palm, and that's okay, kind of wriggle it out. My best bet when practicing this move is not only to have a wall close by, so that way, you know, you can catch yourself if you were to fall down, but it really is really squeezing in and tightening that core when you're going into that move. It's super, super important. Once you feel comfortable in that, then you can start bringing the legs out and going into a variation of a scorpion. So I'll go over that too, if you're feeling comfortable in that position. If not, that's okay. This is more of an intermediate advance, and I definitely would recommend you doing it with a friend, just in case if something were to happen. But again, it's all up to your comfortability. So going into a scorpion from your machina. I'm coming up into my split. Right? My right forearm is coming down. My left leg is coming up onto that forearm. I'm lifting again. And when I start feeling comfortable, that's when I can start lifting both the legs up. This is solely the core. And I go into my scorpion. Coming out of this move, left leg, right. And that's your scorpion. Again, taking breaks with that palm, even for me, it still kind of hurts sometimes, so just kind of like taking the time to massage it, making yourself feel good, you know what I mean? And it's really important to practice both sides. Right now, my left is my best side, and I'm really not ready to take that gamble with the right. But whichever one feels more comfortable to you. I always start on my right-hand side, so it's easier to go right into that trick, right? But if you feel more comfortable going in on your left-hand side, going off here, right? Then you can also try it from that position. Bring your left forearm down, bring your right up, and going up into your machina. Other than that, I hope you guys have like a really fun time with that position. It is definitely an eye catcher for a lot of people that go into doing acro chair tricks. And a really good way to also kind of practice and condition for your scorpion too is we went over on last class where you're coming up and you're going into your Superman, bringing it down, forearms down, and bring your legs up. Really great way for stretching into that position. All right, ladies, I cannot wait to see your bright and smiling faces on class at Saturday at 10 a.m. It'll be super fun because then we get to like fill out our energy and see where we are, and I can give you guys tips, and we can also do a lot more when it comes to like sexy choreography. But other than that, I really hope that you guys are practicing again at home. Take care of yourself, love yourself, stay healthy, take your vitamin C, all right? And stretch, 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 super important, okay? Cannot wait to see you guys.